Hi, in this lecture I will be focusing on the single phase half bridge inverter and the single phase full bridge inverter, and I will discuss their operations from their circuits diagram, and then I will also discuss their waveforms of both these uh, inverters. So this is the circuit of a half bridge inverter which is single phase, and we have two diodes which are connected here for the purpose of damping current, and these two thyristors, these are the gate terminals from which these thyristors can be on. I have not shown here their triggering circuits and their commutation circuits by which we can on and off these two thyristors. Here we have the load, and we have done division of the voltage source into two halves. We have voltage over here at each of the batteries Vs by 2. So what happens over here is that when we on this T1 and this is off, then the current flows from this direction from the Vs by 2 voltage source towards this thyristor. It is on, so we have a short circuit over here, and then it flows through the load in that way, and this is the positive and negative terminals potential which is shown at the load side. And when this thyristor is off and this thyristor is on, then the current flows from here towards this load and then flows from this T2 thyristor, which is short circuit, and then drains over here. So we have two directions of current. One is for when this thyristor is on, the current flows from here to here, and then when this thyristor is off and this is on, the current flows from here towards here, and we have plus potential and negative potential on the load side. So these two diodes are connected only to provide a flow of damp current. If we have a resistive load over here, then there is no need for these two diodes D1 and T2, but when this load is a kind of RL or RLC load, then there has to be a flow of damping current, and for that flow of damping current through the load, these diodes provide them a path. So we can see from these waveforms, if we have the gate currents of the thyristor 1 and 2 are mentioned over here, then we have, this is the output voltage on the at the load, this load, and we have output currents for these two scenarios. I will discuss these two scenarios. So when we trigger this thyristor T1 by providing this gate current, then the voltage at the load side will be a kind of Vs by 2 plus, as the current is flowing from here to here and here. And when we have turned this thyristor off and the thyristor T2 on, then we have the voltage on the load, which is the current is previously was flowing over here, now it is flowing from here to here and draining over here. So the voltage on at the load side will be negative Vs by 2 when we have flow of current from here to here. So this process continues as we are triggering one thyristor on and other off and on and off, and we have a kind of this voltage waveform which is a square wave at the side of the load which is coming over here. So if we have a resistive load over here, then we have the waveform of the current as a square wave over here, just like the voltage waveform. But if we have some RLC load over here, then the current will be leading or lagging this voltage. So in case of the current is leading the voltage, then we can see that this is the waveform of the current which is leading the voltage, and voltage is coming with a delay. Like we can see that from here to here the current is positive and the voltage is positive, and during this time the thyristor T1 is on when the current is passing from here to here. And when we have the voltage which is positive but the current is negative, then the current will flow through the D2 uh, D2 diode. We can see it from here. It is a kind of waveform. So you will see that in this waveform the current is leading the voltage, and we have the current which is positive and the voltage is positive. So at that, during that duration when both the current and the voltages are positive, then the current is being provided by the supply from here to here. And when the current is negative and the voltage is positive, at that instant of time the current is provided by the load and it is passing through the D2 diode like from here. And then when both the voltages and the currents are both negative, then during that duration the current is being supplied by the supply and it is flowing from here to here. And when we have the current which is positive and voltage is negative, then during that instant of time the current is being provided by the load and passing through the D2 diode. So you have to keep that thing in mind, that whenever we have over here a resistive load, there is no need for these two diodes. If we have some inductors and the capacitors as a part of the load, then we are using these two diodes for the flow of damp currents. So this procedure continues, and this is another diagram of the current. If the current is lagging the voltage, then uh, you can see the voltage is coming before and the current is coming with a delay. So in that case we have when the voltage is positive and the current is negative, then the current is being supplied by the load and passing through the D1 diode. And when we have both the voltages and the currents are positive, then at that instant of time the current is being supplied by the supply and it is through the T1 thyristor from here. And this process continues, as you can see the waveforms, which is one waveform is for the leading current and other waveform is for the lagging current. In both the cases we have the complex load which is attached, which is a RLC load, and for that we have observed the waveforms for this single phase half bridge inverter. Now we can see the single phase full bridge inverter, in which we have a voltage source over here, we have 4 diodes which are over here present, and we have 4 thyristors, the thyristor T1, T2, T3, T4, and the diodes D1, D2, D3 and D4. So we have in this full bridge inverter we only on 2 thyristors at a time and we off 2 thyristors uh, at a time. And in one mode of operation we have two modes of operation over here. In the first mode we turn the T1 and T2 on and T3 T4 off. In the second mode we on the T3 T4 and we off the T1 T2. So out of 4 thyristors only 2 thyristors are on at a time. So we can see when we have T1 and T2 on, at that time the current comes from here, it flows from here, and then it goes through the load, and then it then drains from here. And when we have T4 and T3 on, at that instant of time the current comes from here, passes through T4 thyristor and then flows from here and then drains from here. and these diodes are connected for the purpose of uh, uh, make, making a way for the making a path for the damp currents through the load. So we can see over here that when we trigger the thyristor 1 and thyristor 2 by providing the gate pulse at the Ig1 and Ig2, then we have the voltage which appears across the load will be V naught, and it is a kind of square wave, and the current, if we have a resistive load over here, then the current will also be a square wave over here. And when we provide gate pulse to the third and the fourth thyristor, and then our voltage will be appearing across the load will be a kind of this square wave, which is equal to minus V naught, and the current will also be a square wave if we have a resistive load over here. So what will happen if we have an RLC load over here instead of a resistive load? Then the waveform of the output current will be a kind of this triangular wave you can see over here, and we can have we can see from here that over here this current is negative and the voltage is positive, and that instant of time the current is being supplied by the load and passing through the D1 and D2 diodes, and when both the voltages and the currents are positive at that instant of time, the current is passing through the thyristor T3 and T4, and it is being supplied by the supply. And when we have the current which is positive and the voltage is negative at that instant of time, the current is being supplied by the load and it is passing through the third and the fourth diode. When both the current and the voltages are negative at that instant of time, the current will be flowing through the thyristor T3 and T4, and over here this is the current which is flowing through the T1 and T2 uh, thyristors when both the voltage and the currents are positive. So I can revise over here that when we have both, if we have a complex load over here, if we have an RLC load over here, and we have then we have the waveform of the voltage will be a kind of square wave, and the waveform of current will be a kind of triangular wave like this. And in that case, when the current is negative and the voltage is positive, then the current will be supplied by the load and it is passing through the diode D1 and D2, and when we have both the currents and the voltages are positive, then that instant of time the current is being supplied by the supply and it is passing through the thyristor T1 and T2, and this process continues when we have different signs of current and voltages at that instant of time. The current is being supplied by the load and it is passing through the diodes, and when we have same symbols of current and voltages at that instant of time, the current is being supplied by the supply and it is passing through the designated thyristors. Thank you very much.